Hello, hello. Welcome to everybody. Whether you're watching live or watching on replay, I want to say hello. It is Monday, June 17th, 2024. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin today. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview on where I see the market. It's honestly pretty similar to the work I've done this week, already on YouTube and Spaces, but we'll take a look at it again, and then I'll go to the chat room and see how everybody's doing. I'll take some questions, from the chat room. If you folks have like any chart requests or kind of anything that's going on, give me a little shout out though. Give me a little shout out in the chat room to let me know what your deal is, where you're from, and all that stuff. Get a couple already. You're driving, drive safe. Definitely drive safe, man. You can listen, but don't look. All right. If you're going to listen to the stream, if you're going to watch it, listen, but keep your eyes on the road. And what is up, Carlos? Carlos from Mexico. Hope you're doing well, bro. Good to talk to you as well. And Ali Meharali. That's a cool name. Good to see you. And Baptiste from France. So what's up, everybody? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Just real quick, and me, Michael is from Estonia. Do I still do chat with Big Jonas? He's doing really well, actually. He joined my Spaces yesterday. I actually saw Big Jonas this weekend, and he was on my Spaces that's posted on Twitter. So he's around, definitely around, and working and listening to you is awesome. Hello from Latvia, Barcelona. What's up, everybody? Texas. So let me just get through the spiel real quick. You may or may not know it's the Bitcoin Live 6th anniversary sale, right? I'm a founding analyst. I've been doing market reports there since the beginning. I do a twice a week full market report, Wednesday and Sunday night, and I haven't skipped one in over 5 years. I'm incredibly dedicated to it. It's something I'm really proud of. When you sign up for the team, you get access to the entire team's content, not just my videos at Big Cheds. You can filter by everybody else. It's an incredibly active site. It's a professional, world-class team. You're going to want to check that out. And that's why I'm so active this week. I'm doing YouTube every day, Spaces every day. 3 months for 97, kind of a ridiculous deal. But I will let you know most of what I do is free. And that's why we're here. We're here on YouTube. I would point you to the masterclass technical analysis tutorials playlist. That's a great point to start for classical charting and candlestick theory. My best-selling book, Trading Wisdom. You have a third of that book available for free here on my YouTube. You definitely want to check that out. I recently published or republished my cancer memoir. I did the audiobook, and then I recorded the entire book on YouTube. So if you're fighting cancer or you know someone who's fighting cancer, I was both a patient and a caregiver, and you can listen to me reading the book. So the whole book is available for free if you know someone who that might help. Of course, I'm Big Cheds on Twitter, which is probably where you know me from. We'll look at Bitcoin, of course, and we'll do some requests. Let me just check back in with the chat room. See everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Water. It's great to hear you. The sales of Bitcoin Live. You didn't miss anything. There's like 3 days left, Diego. It's just under 3 days left. It comes once a year, the sale. Honestly, at regular price, it's still a really good deal because it's the best team in the world that studies crypto, and you get everyone's content. It's not just one person. So, Indiana, what's going on? Cheers in the mountains. I wish I was in the mountains. So I saw the first request was Chain Link. I'm going to get to that first. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say that, Michael. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Very proud of the team. Very nice of you to say that. So Bitcoin on the daily chart is trading within a rather well-marked range. We've discussed this range at quite a bit, but we'll start from the outside in because we had the weekly candle just close recently. We have another weekly close above the EMA 8, price above rising moving averages, the 8 to 20, the 34 to 50, the 200, pretty much everything. Moving averages fanned out. This is an incredibly bullish look. We're doing some type of a handle or a consolidation after this large basing pattern. And within that, we're kind of micro-analyzing that consolidation range as expressed here on the daily chart. As you can see, and again, this is pretty much on line of, my analysis for the last several weeks, and especially in the last week on YouTube and Spaces. But we can do it again in that you see the well-defined range low, 60K, a temporary loss and deviation, recapture, long signal, pause, throwback, long signal, pause, breakout, long signal, throwback, long signal, and throwback, long signal. And we're testing here on a throwback, which is a bullish retest where you have resistance broken out and testing. And we're testing the middle of the channel. And really the question remains to be seen if Bitcoin is going to rally and hold here, right? Whether you call it 66K, 67, 66.5, I mean, we're at the spot where it needs to hold. And you could, in theory, be dropping to a lower time frame, right? Where Ethereum has a really well-defined deviation where it broke, the lows from the 11th and 13th and recaptured. Bitcoin didn't necessarily have as much strength in that. And we're right back in retesting that immediate range low here, right at 65K. I see some people marking that. I mean, the problem with calling it now 65K is we can do this and then come and do this and do this. And now we're looking at 64K. You don't want to you have to draw a line in the sand at some point. So for me, I need to see bulls flip 66.5 and get back up above 66.5 if I'm sidelined at this point. And that's what I tweeted about. And that's going to remain my approach personally as well. I'm already long from lower, but I'm trading the levels as you would imagine. In the meantime, we're fighting to hold this level. It's not always neat and clean. Here's the level. It's here. It's here. It's still generally in a supply zone on the daily where it's broken resistance. It was the support that was lost and now recaptured. And we're still generally trying to hold it. But in terms of the line in the sand, it's still going to be 66.5 for me. So let me just check back in with the chat room. Good to see everybody. All right. So let's go to the first request because I want to be nice and treat people in order. So Link was requested first. I actually have Link already up here. And there's definitely loss of momentum on Link, not holding 16, back below the daily MA 200 and potentially rolling over. I do think it's going to drop to the $13 range. Kind of has that look to it. So I think you got to be cautious until you can flip 16, get back up above it. Otherwise, it looks to be drifting back towards 13. Definitely a loss of momentum, right? So let's see. Hello from Latvia. Great to see that. Northwest English. Thank you. I don't know if I've and Baltics. Very cool. Very cool. I'm going to try to go in order, folks, in the chat room. Argentina. Very nice, brother. So Gala, let's take a look at Gala. I don't think I've looked at this one in a while. Could be wrong about that, but I don't think I really have. And by the way, I hope everybody's doing well. Just as a reminder, we're here celebrating the Bitcoin Live 6th anniversary sale. Oh, by the way, my report from Wednesday is free. It's live. You can go check that. Go check that out. You can watch, my report from whatever, like 5 days ago to get a sense of what I do. I had the administrators publish it and make it free for everybody. So yeah, Gala, not so good. A little bit of an underperformer. I don't like the chart. There's definitely some weakness here, relative weakness to market, Miller. I would hope you'd see that with the failed breakout, price below the 200. Much of the rest of the market, if we're considering other alts, it's trading up here or trading up here, or even above the 2022 lows, which is a key market point for many altcoins that lost them based and then broke them and have recaptured this level. This thing is way below. So there is some real relative weakness. This is what I would consider to be a bad chart. Yeah, let's take a look at Pepe. I don't know if I have it right here. I think I looked at it on Wednesday. I believe it's a pretty good looking chart, certainly as far as memes go, in terms of the current, the current altcoin market. Let's take a little look here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Still quite bullish. This is one of the better looking altcoins and one of the better meme coin charts. Certainly bullish as long as it holds above 10,000 sats or whatever, 4 zeros, 5 zeros, or whatever it is right here, peak of March. Same analysis. I've actually covered this now several times in the last week. Still looks quite bullish. It's one of the better looking altcoins for sure. You got it second done. Yeah, INJ does look weak, Baptista. It does look weak. You see a really well-defined underside rejection at 32, which was a key spot. I'd tweeted that out right when the price was testing it and testing the underside of the 200, the lost support, turned into resistance. Bears would want to hold maybe 20 right here at 22. That's your kind of mid-channel support, kind of akin to what Bitcoin has around this range, 65, 66. And then that kind of panic low that held at 18, which was the peak of the range from November. Definitely lost momentum. It's definitely weakening from having been one of the best altcoins, Baptista, if not the best. So we're seeing some weakness and roll over here. If it loses 22, it's a good chance it drops to 18. I'd probably be interested around 18, just because of the weakness that we're seeing here. I'd wait for it to go lower. Easy past 10 this cycle. What cycle? What does that mean, cycle? I mean, what does the word mean to you? May not mean the same thing to me, right? And I don't think we're going to do the normal cycles because things have been changing with the trend. We discussed this on high time frame, the weekly. We spent all that time below the MA 200, broke below the prior all-time high for the first time. I see us in more of a consolidating, slowly grinding higher type of phase without a blow off, without a tradition, like whatever we think of has been the cycle. I think we need to throw that out and keep going chart by chart, and let's see if and when Ethereum ever starts to turn around this underperformance. It ever, flips 062, we shall see. It's been a neat and orderly downtrend. They may just both continue grinding higher, albeit Ethereum at a slower pace. So when you say this cycle, I don't know what that means. I would need you to say over 10K by, whatever, and then give me a year. And then I could say, okay, I think it's going to take a while probably to get to 10K from here. I would say a few years, a couple years. But I think it will be there within 3 years for sure. That's my best guess, with an emphasis on guess. Sol's pretty good. A little bit of a loss of momentum. Did not hold at 165. It's testing the higher low here, right around 140. That's still the case. Bulls definitely want to see it hurt here, there. Thinking about joining, but reminding, yeah, for free. That's the whole point. Is like I know not everyone can. Like most of what I do is free, and that's why I'm still so active on Twitter, and I do spaces, and I have this huge video library. Only thing with Bitcoin Live is you get like twice a week market updates. You kind of always know what's going on because I'm always staying on top of it, right? But I want to have something for everybody. Nice to see you, DMA, checking in from Portugal. Thank you for saying hello. You'd like to look at Sol ETH, which means the strength of Sol versus the strength of Ethereum, right? So if Sol ETH is rising, Sol's outperforming ETH, and we'll take a look at that. We just looked at Sol versus the dollar. Sol has been outperforming Ethereum, but that looks to be rolling over, and they look to be kind of flat towards one another. I don't see any suggestion that because a little bit of a bounce in Ethereum recently, let's look at Sol versus BTC as well. I want to see if that's changed. This had been a steady grinder as well. Still steady grinding higher, but has slowed down, right? So what this tells me, and you can see as evidenced by these two pairs and their price relationship to the blue line, which is the MA 200, the simple moving average 200 period, is that Sol had been an outperformer for 2024, and that has been slowing down. And that's just evidenced by what we just saw on the USD pair, with Sol losing 165 and hopefully holding 140 area for the bulls. What do you think happens first? Reclaim 66 or testing lower support? I think I'll probably reclaim 66.5. It's an uptrend. Like Bitcoin is in a strong uptrend. So if you're going to have to guess, you want to give the benefit of the doubt to the trend, which is a bullish trend, right? Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that from everybody. How about BNB? What's up from South Peter? How you doing, man? South Africa, ZA. I'm not sure what ZA means, but BNB is still strong. This is a throwback. This isn't a level of interest to go long here because BNB has been one of the strongest charts, and we're now testing the peak of the prior range. This is what you're looking for. You're looking to buy a dip in an uptrend. That's exactly what this is. I actually like it here. You can very easily have a stop loss at 590 for a long trade here. So I actually very much like this type of setup. Okay. I am banking on normally. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people are. I just see that the trend has changed. First of all, in that Bitcoin dropped below the prior all-time high. We saw that. Bitcoin's been so incredibly resilient, running despite altcoins being strong. We've seen no indication of Ethereum starting to take over. And I just don't see that happening. I don't think we're going to do that anymore, in my opinion. But we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, ADA looks terrible. ADA looks really bad. But we'll look at it, right? I just know off the top of my head from having looked at it recently, but why are we triggering weak charts, right? Why are we wanting to trigger long an ADA, right? You want to ride strength. You don't want to hope that some really bad chart turns around. This is bad. Yeah. It's not as bad as some of the stuff, but this is really bad. I think you would avoid it. I actually wouldn't touch it until it get back above maybe 50 cents, 51 cents. I would not call 40 a trigger. I think that is very optimistic. I don't know why you trigger at 40. I don't think so, because you're buying into real strong downward pressure, price below, EMA 8 price with lower highs in play, and below the MA 200. I mean, this is not, in my opinion, like any type of a TA type of setup. No, I would definitely avoid the chart just from a TA standpoint. Loot, sure. Beam, let's take a look at Beam. I think I've looked at this one before, and I enjoy doing these requests. I want to give you an honest opinion. It's what I do in Bitcoin Live twice a week. I do all the chart requests, and you get a real honest opinion. I'll tell you if I like it or not. It's not bad. Not a ton of history, at least here in BitGet. I don't know if I can get a little more history somewhere else. Because it looks like it's not really traded in, on the major exchanges. So you may not have great history. It's a little bit more here. Let's take a look at it here on MEXC. A little more history. Yeah, not a great chart, right? Basically sideways, kind of rolling over. I really don't like the chart. I think you can do a lot better. I consider this chart to be weak and not any type of a TA type of setup. Let's continue on. I do sometimes. Hey, Baptiste, I will use the 3-day a little bit. I'll kind of look around and see what's going on. It really will depend. I might look, especially if we're tightening in a consolidating range. I think 3 days fine. I generally don't use it too much. For example, this candle, we're only 1 day into it, so we can ignore this green candle for now. This is still a bullish look on the 3-day, whether we put in like a higher low somewhere here and do an ascending triangle, or even if you want to call it an inverted head and shoulders, you still have the same neck base or overhead trigger level. Daily's good. At 3 days good, really, but it doesn't give me anything I'm not already seeing on the daily and the weekly, which are really the two time frames which I look at every day. No, actually, I don't look at the weekly every day, to be honest, because the candle only updates on the weekend, and I really only look at it about half as much. I really live on the daily for the most part. Let's see. Thanks for all the alpha. You helped me mold. That's wonderful. Well, it's great to have you. Come on back. When you join, you get to go back. You can watch. I do over 100 videos a year, right? Because I haven't missed an update in 5 years. So you can watch 100 videos from me. You can go all the way back and watch them just as much as you can handle and learn, soak it up. I try to make every video educational. Loot, you are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, folks. This has been fun. We're looking at Bitcoin, see if we can recapture here at 66.5. I'd mentioned on Twitter. And briefly on this stream, that would be a new overhead, a new trigger levels, recapturing 66.5, in that we had lost it, tried to break it, sent back, now retesting that, kind of a local double bottom. Again, the peak of that would be 66.5. And you'd be looking at that because you have price interacting with support in a rising trend environment. You're looking to buy the dip in an uptrend. That's still the posture. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna update it again tomorrow. I'm gonna do a spaces again later today, so you can come hang out with me and ask me questions. I am celebrating the Bitcoin Live 6th anniversary sale. I'm a founding analyst. When you sign up, you get access to the entire team's content. We're incredibly active. We have a wonderful world-class team. I think the best team in the world that studies crypto. Check out the deal. You can see one of my recent reports for free, the June 15th report. No, June 15th. This is from Wednesday. So it would have been whatever, like the 13th. I did a Wednesday report. It was about a half an hour. You can see that. It's one of the private member reports I do twice a week. I will remind you, most of what I do is free. Check out my YouTube channel, Ched's Trading, Masterclass TA, tutorials. You got to watch this. Check out the Trading Wisdom playlist. If you are fighting cancer or you know someone who is, my entire cancer memoir is free. I want to get it out there so it can help people. So consider checking that out. Of course, I'm Big Ched's on Twitter. I'm going to do another YouTube tomorrow, and I'll try to do another on Wednesday. Celebrating the sale and celebrating being here, being alive, hanging out with you folks on this day. And thank you, folks. Appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you are doing well. And I will talk to you soon. Big Ched's out.